Hi, welcome to Silent Podcast, where we're anything but silent. I'm your host today, Josiane, and I'm here with Dan S. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I know you were evicted a few days ago, but I'm so excited to chat. I mean, there's so much happening. The game doesn't end when you're in jury, so I'm so excited to get into your thoughts.
Yeah.
Um, all right. We saw you win HOH week 2 and have a conversation with Santina towards the end of the week, we believe, regarding your HOH and whether or not Zach influenced your HOH. Because of that conversation, we saw doubt. And yet you chose to stick by your relationship with Zach until the very end. Why?
At that point, I was well aware that Zach was kind of controlling my HOH. I didn't let Santina know that I was fully aware of it. I was kind of cryptic in my responses to her. But at that point, I felt it was better off for me to stick with Zach. I felt like if I turned on him, he would probably have a huge vendetta against me and I would be his number one target. And I think Zach is a really good player. He's really good socially. And I think he can change a lot of people's minds and convince people to do stuff. So I thought if I stabbed him in the back per se in that moment, I was done for. So I felt more comfortable and just better overall about, sticking it out with him.
Cool. I want to know about the how you feel about the invisible HOH. I mean, you don't really know who's responsible for your eviction. Do you respect the move to put you up on the block against Ty?
Yeah, I totally respect it. If I was in the invisible HOH's position, I probably would have done the same thing. I think during that week, Ty and I were looked at as the bigger threats in the house, partly because we were aligned with Zach and also because we both shown we can perform in the physical competitions. So I do not blame whoever the invisible HOH was. I don't blame them at all. And hats off to you.
Oh. Now that you're in jury, we are so curious to know what you'll base your vote on.
I'm going to be looking at who's able to navigate week by week as the power changes. Every week, depending on who's HOH, the whole dynamic of the house switches. You have to try and be extra nice to certain people, and you want to make sure the relationships you set up beforehand hold true. So whoever can, nicely navigate week by week and try not to ruffle any feathers is something I'm going to be looking at for sure.
Perfect. I want to play a little game with you. We're going to call it word association. So I'm going
Okay.
to name you some of the house guests left, and I'm just curious if you can give us one word you think describes where they are gameplay wise or your thoughts on them currently. Sounds
All
good?
right. Just one word. Okay. I got it.
One word. You can also elaborate if you choose to do so. Okay.
Okay.
So the first name I'm giving you is Ty.
Calculated.
Mm, okay. Shania,
My bestie.
Claudia,
Sweetheart.
Renee,
Very smart.
mm, okay, Kuzi,
All around boss ass bitch.
period. Anika,
Extremely entertaining.
okay. Hope,
Life of the party.
Jonathan,
Genuine all around good dude.
and Santina.
Tina. I'm going to say invisible HOH.
Okay, cool, cool,
I know
cool.
I gave a few words for each person, but I think I got the gist of it.
Cool. All right. I want to also ask you some super relatives in addition to this, but who do you think is the most underrated player right now?
Ooh, underrated. I actually do think Kuzi is underrated, even though she has won a competition. I think people haven't seen her full potential, and I think she's extremely smart. I think she knows the game very well. I expect her to go very far. So I do think, even though she has won some stuff and has made some moves, I still think people might see her a little underrated.
Oh. Who do you think is the sneakiest player?
I think the sneakiest player is Ty. Um, as we know, I received some information that Ty might have been looking to get me out of the game when I thought we were really close. I can't confirm or deny if that's true, but I know Ty has made quite a few moves that are very calculated. Like I said, Ty is very calculated. So I think he has been doing some sneaky things, and I can't wait to watch back the season and see everything that was going on.
I do want to follow up with that and ask you if it were true, how would you perceive that? Would you be bitter, or do you think you'd be like props to you? Like what would your thought process be?
Well, part of my campaign during my week of eviction was that I would go against Ty and try to get him out of the game because I lost trust in him. So there is a world in where I would have maybe done that. I can't say for sure because I'm not in the situation, but if I did find out for sure that he was trying to get me out and he lied to me about that, I think that's reason enough to go after him, especially if it means I was able to team up with another alliance and get that done.
Cool. And my last one is, who do you think is most vulnerable?
Most vulnerable, as in like up next to go, maybe?
Yeah, up next.
I do think it is Santina. I think a lot of people believe she was the invisible HOH, whether or not it's true. I think a lot of people believe that. So I know there's quite a few people in the house that if they had power, would take a shot at getting her out of the game.
Okay. I'm curious to ask you about your Wendy's points. What did you think the Wendy's points were about? What's your theory?
Oh, well, if it was something as simple as like getting some Wendy's food, I would have been stoked about that. But I'd like to think that if it was part of the game, that maybe if you racked up enough points, you could use like a secret POV, or if you got enough points, you could use a POV even when you haven't won the comp in order to save yourself or someone. I hope that it has something to do with that. But again, I'm excited to watch back and see or hear from the jury, the new jury members that come in.
Perfect. Thank you so much for talking with me today. Was so excited to pick your brain. So I'm really glad that we got to sit down and have this chat.
Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate you having me.
All right. And that's it for Silent Podcast. See you next time.